Hello everyone, it's Kathy Champion and you're back in my craft room here at Kathy's Random Acts of Stamping. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located here in Gastonia, North Carolina, but I can take care of you with any of your stamping needs no matter where you're located in the USA. So if you're not currently working with a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to have the opportunity to earn your business and be there for you no matter what. You have a question, I am a phone call away. If you just need me for any reason, you can always email me, text me, or call. So I just want to let you know that if you choose me as your demonstrator, I will definitely give you the absolute best service that I possibly can. I'll treat you the way I would like to be treated if I was your customer. So with all of that being said, today I wanted to kind of delve in to this suite called You're a Peach. And the stamp set is called Sweet as a Peach. And we're going to get into that a little bit further. But before we do, I do want to remind you that if you do place an order in my online store and you use the host code that you should see pop in and right about here, you will get a special gift from me at the end of the month. I always mail out like the first week of the following month any of the host gifts from the following month. So $50 purchase before shipping and tax, and that will earn you a free gift from me, and it will be a Stampin' Up! Product of some sort. It might be dimensionals, it might be ribbon, it might be jewels or gems. I'm never sure exactly what it's going to be because I always try to order stuff, but sometimes you don't always have quite enough of one thing. So I do have a variety of things that I send out until I grow further where I can say the host code for this month is this. I'm going to continue to do it the way I've been doing it. But anyway, if you're interested in placing an order, I would love to be your demonstrator and help you with that. If you have any questions, like I said, please feel free to call me, send me a message, email, or whatever. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please think about doing that. That helps me grow with the YouTube community, and it helps get my videos out there to more people. So every subscription counts. And also the comments. If you would, please leave me a comment under this video. I know many of you said you watch it on TV, and I do understand that because I watch a lot of YouTube videos on TV. If you can take the time just to go back to your phone or your tablet or your computer and leave a comment, even if it's just a one-word comment, it's the only way that I know that you've watched my videos, because I don't know who watches and who don't unless they leave me a comment. So your comments are so appreciated, and I read each and every one of them, and you will know that I read your comment because I will put a heart beside of it, and sometimes I will even comment depending on how many comments I've got and how busy I am at the time that I go in and see those. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started today because I want to show you this You're a Peach, and the stamp set is what is called a distinctive. And if you see in your catalog, there is a little green like a little rectangle that says Distinctive, and I'm going to show you what that means. If you notice, this peach already has some shading on it. When you stamp that peach with anything that says distinctive, it's going to look like that when you stamp it. So cute. Such a cute set. Now, at the time of me doing this video, this suite is not, you can order it, but it's not all available. So when I ordered mine, I went ahead and ordered it, even though the little jam jars that are included in the suite and the dies that are included in the bundle were not available, but they're supposed to be in by the middle part of June, I believe, and then they will just ship those out to me because I've already paid for it. I went ahead and got the suite price, which includes the bundle price, which is saving 10%, but then you also get the jam jars and you get the paper, and that paper, look at this. So beautiful. Is that not the prettiest paper? And we're just going to thumb through this, and I just want to show you just how beautiful this is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fan it out because I have every other page turned. So if we do this, you will see the front and the back of each page. because you get 2 sheets of each design, and each design is double-sided. So this is all of our beautiful paper, and isn't that some of the prettiest paper? I love those peach blooms. That is gorgeous. The polka dots. Oh, and then you got that beautiful green. Is that not a beautiful spray of paper? It just screams summer. There's 2 things to me that just scream summer, and one is sweet corn, and the other one is a ripe peach. Nothing screams summer quite as much as those do. All right, I'm going to show you real quick what I wanted to make today. I'm going to move my catalog out of the way. I've got a piece of pale papaya, which is one of our new in colors. Let me see if I can straighten y'all up just a oop. Hang tight. I don't want to take y'all on a joyride. I just want to straighten my camera up. I think we got it. Sometimes when I'm zooming in and out, I will wiggle it and I don't realize it until I look up. This is a card. I saw the bases of this card on Dawn Griffin's channel, and I just want to thank Dawn. She probably doesn't watch my channel, but I want to thank her so much for her inspiration, because I find so many fun fold cards, and I am a sucker for a fun fold card. And this is called a box card. Now, I made a belly band for mine because I love a card that has a fun fold, but when it doesn't fold shut, I like to put a belly band on it. Wait till y'all see this card when I open it. It's a box. How cute is that? And it folds flat. Isn't that cute? And I'm going to show you, it's really, really easy to make, and you're going to love it. You are going to love this card. It's going to be one that you go to time and time again. Let me show you those distinctive peaches that I stamped. Those are stamped in Calypso Coral for the peach, and I did the stem and the leaves in Granny Apple Green. Is that not gorgeous? I love that. So we're going to make that card, and I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make this. So I'm going to bring out my trimmer, and we are going to cut this piece down. We know we're 8.5 here. We need it to be 8.5 by 10. So I'm going to bring my arm out. And if you don't want to bring your arm out, all you got to do is cut 1 inch off, and it will be 10. But I like to measure mine out and make sure that I am exactly on the 10-inch mark, which I am right there. So I'm going to close my arm down, and I'm going to slice. And I'm going to hang on to this because we might be able to use this for a sentiment or something. So just kind of hang tight with that. Now what we're going to do is I am going to bring over my scoreboard. And yes, so we can score this on our trimmer, but I don't get a chance to pull this out nearly often enough. And the Stamp and Score, I think it's what it's called, a stamp, anyway, it's the scoreboard. I love this. I absolutely love using this. It comes with the little stylus that pops in right there, so you never lose that. It's always where it needs to be. You have some of these little pieces that snap in and out, so if you were doing a lot of cards, say you were doing a bunch of them that need to be scored at 5.5, you could just choop, 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 and you don't even have to look. You just line it up with that and go. I love it. I love this scoreboard. So the 8.5 by 10, we're going to do on the 10-inch side, we're going to score it at we're going to score it at 2. Make sure I'm using my right side. I think I want the fatter one. No, the smaller one. We're going to score that at 2. And at 3.5, we're going to score it at 6.5. And we're going to score it at 8. Now we're going to turn it 1/4 of a turn and have that 8.5 inch side at the top. And now we're going to score this at 1.5 and at 7. Okay, that's all of the scoring that we need to do. So the next thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and I'm going to leave my scoreboard out because we're going to use it again. I'm going to grab my bone folder because it's going to be very important to get nice creases on these lines. Every one of these scores need to be really burnished really well so that your paper folds really well. So I'm going to make sure that I'm getting each one of these ironed out. I do a lot of ironing, y'all. Not really ironing, but nobody likes to iron. I know I don't. Let's do this one. Just really get those creases in there really good. This is a nice heavy cardstock that we're working with. So now what we're going to do, we're going to hold it like this. Your 2-inch pieces at the top and the bottom, and that 1.5 is on each side. So what we want to do now is we want to cut all the way up to that second score line right there. So I'm going to grab a longer pair of scissors because I do better when you can use your paper snips if you like, but I'm going to put that right into that groove, and I'm going to just cut straight up to that second score line, just like that. And then I'm going to cut this one out. I'm just going to cut that one completely off. And I'm going to do the same thing over here, go all the way up. And you want to do that on all 4 sides of this cardstock. So you're going to do it top and bottom. Turn it around, and then we're going to do the same thing down on this end. We're just going to cut all the way up to that second score line and then cut this little piece completely away. And then over here, absolutely the same identical thing. And then here. Just like that. Now we can get these pieces out of our way. And now what we want to do, we want to miter, and I am going to bring in my paper snips for mitering because the long ones are not good for that. So what I want to do is I want to miter this corner, and what I call it is just cutting a little pie slice out. See, a little slice of pie, and that's trash. And I'm going to do the same thing on the outer corner. I'm going to start right about there and go all the way up to that edge. And I'm going to do that on all 4 of these identically the same way. So sometimes if you just fold that back, it makes it a little bit easier to get your little wedges out. And then like this. And that one doesn't look really straight, but you know what, that's not going to matter. We're going to cut those off. We're going to trim these back just a hair so we don't have as much bulk. Okay, and then we got this one piece right here to do. So we're going to start right, bend that back so I can get a good little shape out of here. Just like that, and then this piece right here. Like that. Now each one of these tabs we're going to cut. We're going to cut a piece off about like so. And you don't have to measure, it doesn't really matter. We're just taking some of that bulk out anyway. But you want enough of a tab there that you got something to glue. So all of that now it becomes trash that can be gathered up and put in your trash can. And this is what you should have when you're finished. Just like that. So what we're going to do now, we're going to start to put our little box together. Now, one thing you need to keep in mind, these pieces here are going to fold back like this. So a good thing to do is to go ahead and burnish them down before we go any further so that they're facing in the right direction. That's where that gatefold is going to come together in the middle. Just like that. So now that makes it much easier to put glue on these pieces. and bring them up and make a nice little edge right there. Because what you want anytime you're making a box is you want this to look really nice and neat on the corner. So that's why these are going to the inside, because it's going to make a much better look. But you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself, because before we do that, we're going to measure. Fold your flaps in, put it all the way up into your scoreboard, and this piece should measure 3 inches, and mine does. So I'm going to go to 1.5, because half of 3 is 1.5, and I'm going to put a little score mark right there, just a little divot to let me know that that's half. I'm going to turn it around and do the same thing on this side. And I find it easier to use my scoreboard for this. You could mark this with a pencil if you like. I like doing it with not having to go back and do pencil marks. I prefer to do it this way. Now I have a center mark down the middle of my scoreboard, and I'm going to show you why I have that. What we're going to do is we're going to pivot. I'm going to put that on that white line right there, and I'm going to pivot this to meet that line. Now it helps if you fold that back like that, because then you can see exactly where you're going a little bit better. But what you want to do is get it lined up there and here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to just go straight down to that. All we got to do. Then we're going to turn it, and we're going to do the same thing on the other direction. So I'm going to put the little divot that I made, that little 1/2 inch, or what was 1.5. I'm going to put it right there, and I'm going to pivot that around to right there so that I can make another angle just like that. Now we have these 2 angles, and what you want to do is you really want to burnish these down really well, just like that. You can use your bone folder, you can finger fold, however you see fit to do it. And we got to do the same thing to this one. So get our little score tool out, fold this side back, get that lined up right there on that center mark, pivot this to where it lines up to the center mark, and then all we're going to do is score down to that point. We're going to turn it around, and we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to find that little center point right there, get that around to there, and then we're just going to come down to that. And that gives us that same little point that we have on the other side. This will make our mechanism in our box where it will fold in and fold flat. So now that we've got that all done, now we're going to go ahead and glue these pieces together. I am going to use some liquid glue, the scoreboard. I'm going to pop my little stylus back in the little slot right there. You hear it snap? That way you know that you're not going to lose it. That's one of the things I love about that scoreboard. All right, let's try this again. Let's just be as gentle as we can with this glue. And I'm going to do this one at the same time. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to fold that up, and I'm going to hold it. I want to make sure that those edges are flush as possible. Just like that. Do the same thing over here. Just want to hold them and make sure that they are adhered well. Doesn't take the glue long to set up, but it does take a minute. It's not as quick as using tearing tape or your seal, but it does work. So we're going to do the same thing right here now. I'm going to put glue here and here, and I'm going to let that come inside. And I'm going to square up my corners really nice and neatly, just like that. And over here, just like that. And then I'm going to hold them. just like so. I'm gonna let that sit just for a minute and make sure that everything is adhered nice before I do any further manipulating. I think it's good. Now if you notice, we just made our gatefold card that is a box. That is our card. How simple was that? It looked a lot harder than it was, don't you think? Yeah, things are always hard until we learn them. Once we learn them, then they're pretty simple. So now we need to decide what we're going to put inside here and how we want to decorate our outer flaps here. So I think what I want to do is I want to put a white base. So let me grab a piece of our, this is a piece of our basic white, and let's cut some pieces that are, let's see, we're going to need one piece that is 2 3/4, so 2 3/4, 1/4 less than 3 inches. And then we need that one to be 5 1/4. Okay. And then we need 2 at 1 3/4. So 1 3/4, that's 1/4 before 2. And we need these to be 5 1/4. So we have that one. We need one more. That is 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. And then we need a piece of our designer series paper, and we need 2 of those. And I don't know which one I want. I am literally thinking of going with that blue. I love, 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 love. And it will definitely match that. And it will bring out the white as well. Okay. Okay, y'all. I decided I am going with this piece because I love it. Alright, we need 2 of these cut at 1 5/8. So 1 5/8. And I'm going to show you how to get to 5/8. Let's see if I can zoom you in without disturbing my camera. I'm going to turn that like that. Let's see, I'm going to try to zoom you in a little bit closer because I really want anybody that has trouble with 8s, I want to try to make this as clear for you as I can. 1 5/8. Now, the first mark on this particular trimmer is 1/16. So you want to go to the second one, and that's going to be 1/8, and then the fourth one is going to be 2/8, 3/8, 4/8 is going to be a half. 5/8 is going to be right there. The 2 marks past the half. So 4/8 is a half. 5/8 is that 1 mark past that. Let's go out. I apologize. Let me turn this back around. I really like to teach y'all measurements because if you can measure, you can make anything. So I do spend some time trying to teach exactly how to measure. So let's see how close we can get in. If you have 16 lines from here to your 1, then your first line is a 16th. If you only have 8 lines, then your inch is broken down into 8ths. So that's how you'll know on your trimmer how it's set up. So this would be 1/16, 2/16 would be 1/8, 3/16, so forth and so on. So when I'm counting 8s, I go every other line. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5/8 would be the 5th 1/8 line, if that makes any sense. And I think I'm just confusing y'all more. But play with your trimmer. Count your pieces off, and it won't take you long before you can fully understand your 8ths and your 16ths. So let me zoom you back out. Whoop. Back out. And I am going to cut this down to 1 5/8. So here's my 1. So I'm going to count them off. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. So that's my 5/8 mark right there. So I'm going to close that down and slice. And now I'm going to cut these to 5 1/8. So 5, and there's the 1/8. 1/8 is halfway between the quarter, the 1/4. So there's one piece, and I need one more. So I'm going to cut this one at 5 1/8. And there's my 2 pieces for that. So I think I might be done cutting my pieces. So let's, or at least for right now. So let's lay that one over there. And I'm going to fold this back down. And this one is a place that you really want to varnish really well. So this middle piece, you want to turn it over and get your back. You want to open it in here and get this down really good. And do the same thing over here. It's very important on a fun fold card to make sure that you get everything as nice and flat as you possibly can. I think I need to zoom y'all in just a hair more. About there. That looks good. Because I really want you to see what I'm doing. I never ever want to hide anything. This piece is going to get adhered inside, but we're going to do some stamping on that before we do. And these pieces are going to get adhered over here. So we're going to put one piece of this here with a piece of this peach paper on it. So I think what I might do is glue this down first. And see, you got just a wee little bit of a border. So let me grab that liquid glue again and hope I don't make a mess. I think my problem is I had it upside down and it's a full one. So that was probably my own doings, or my undoings. I'm trying to go gentle with the glue because the DSP is a little bit thinner than the cardstock, and I don't want glue to show out from in front of this. Just like that. And then this piece, we're going to put this one on like this. And you really kind of want to be mindful of your borders. Look how pretty that is on the white. It just really brings out the white. Isn't that gorgeous? So these are going to get adhered onto these pieces. Just like that. Can you see it starting to come together? I love it. I think it's so pretty. So let's go ahead and put these on. And I am going to adhere that and try to keep my borders perfectly even. I'm going to hold that this way so I can press it. I'm going to just burnish it down a little bit so I can iron out as much of that glue. So there's what it looks like once I got it on. And I'm going to do the same thing with this piece. And yeah, make sure my peaches are going in the right direction. Make sure when you're using any type of paper that has, you know, flowers or greenery, make sure your stems are going in the same direction. You don't want it to look like your peach is growing up instead of down. That would look a little weird, don't you think? So there we go. Now we got that on there. I'll cover that glue up so it doesn't get yucky on me. And again, I'm going to fold that like this, and I'm just going to iron it out. And there is that beautiful peach. I love that. Is that not gorgeous? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Love it. Oh, I get so excited when things come together like this. I think it's so beautiful. So now what I want to do is I'm going to grab that big peach, and I am going to put my big peach right there in that corner. And I think I want some of these little flowers maybe right about here. And we're going to do a sentiment that says, have a peachy day. How about that one? Have a peachy day. That one says, sweet as a peach. There we go. Have a peachy day. So we're going to put that one in the middle. Love it. And we're going to need to have room to put our stems on our peach right here. So I want to make sure I can stamp that down. So let's do our peach first. I think that would be the very first thing we need to do. And I'm going to go in again for that Calypso Coral because it was gorgeous on that peach, don't y'all think? I'm going to grab a stamp block and pick up my peach. And then I am going to just ink it up. And we're going to stamp him down at the... Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't grab my Stampin' Pierce mat. Anytime you are working with photopolymer stamps, you're going to get much better results if you use your Stampin' Pierce mat. It's not an absolute necessity, but it does help. So pretty. See what I mean about the distinctive stamps? They do all of the coloring for you, so you don't have to do anything except sit back and look at the beauty of your work. And I love it when things are made easy for me like that. So let me grab my Simply Chamois because I am going to clean my stamp. These Simply Chamois are great for cleaning your stamps because, yeah, it looks like it's a mess, but believe it or not, these are clean. I washed them under tap water just a little while ago, so they are perfectly clean. They are stained, so that happens. All right, so the next thing I want to do is I want to put that stem right about here. And see, it has a little indentation for your stem, which I think is ingenious. So let's get some Granny Apple Green. I love Granny Apple Green. It's such a pretty green. And we're going to ink these up. These are also distinctive. And I am going to turn that, and see, I'm going to hold that right over top because you can see through these photopolymer stamps. And I'm going to make it look like that stem is growing right out of that peach. How pretty is that? Love it. I am here to tell you that you will not find any better quality in stamping products that you will with Stampin' Up. They are exceptional. And I would say that even if I didn't sell them. If I was just someone that used the Stampin' Up products, they are phenomenal. So now I want to do this one. I think I'm going to do this one in the pale papaya, just to have a little bit difference in the color. And I'm going to pick these up, and let's ink and stamp. So pretty. But I'm going to add a little something because there's a little dot in here that looks like a little sunburst, and I am going to use that Calypso Coral, and I'm going to go back and stamp in the middle of those flowers with the Calypso coral. I don't know. It just seems like to me it would be the thing to do. So let me grab my itty bitty stamp block. This one right here is the little baby. And let's just stamp and stamp and stamp. Ah, love it. I love, love, love it. I love it when I can sit and just create and totally get lost in what I'm doing. And that's what I do every time that I pick up a Stampin' Up! Ink pad or anything like this. Look at these little tiny leaves. What if we put a few of those up there? And we'll do those in the Granny Apple Green. How pretty would those be? They're little tiny leaves. Oh, little baby leaves. Let me put this one back over here because I don't want to lose my stamps, and they're little bitty ones, so this is going to be our sentiment, so I'm going to leave it right there. Get this Calypso coral close back up before I put my hand in it, or worse yet, my arm. Now these are little teeny tiny leaves, but look how stinking cute. Alright, let's put one right there, and maybe there, and let's do one right here. There we go. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I love it, I love it. Now we got to decide what color do we want to make our sentiment. I want to check and see what color blue this paper is using. On the back of your paper, a balmy blue. I think I'm going to go in with balmy blue and put my sentiment in that color. And I'll tell you why I think I want to do that. I'm trying to get all my little pieces back over here. There we go. I think the balmy blue on here will just look so cute. Yeah, we could do it in the green, we could do it in the coral, we could even do it in the other, but I think I really want to do it in the balmy blue. Oops, picked up my whole piece of paper. So I'm gonna put this right about here. I love that. It's so cute. Oh, I love it. It is just so stinking cute. Again, you cannot find this type of color coordination in any products anywhere that you will find in Stampin' Up. Paper, stamps, inks, everything matches. Is that not gorgeous? And look how cute it's going to look with this. Everything matches. So I am going to put some liquid glue on the back of this piece. And then we're going to adhere it down into our box. And I'm going to do that as graciously as I can and hope that I can get it nice and even and centered. Not too bad. Oh, I love that. Is that not so cute? So now guess what we're going to do? We're going to stamp some more. You know what? I might not have to. I might have enough of peaches with these two. My fussy cutting wasn't so good. I don't know. I'm going to stamp some more because I can. I'm going to stamp one here and see if I can get another one. Maybe if I do one there and one there. Let's see if we can get those off of there. And we're going to have a peachy day right here. I'm just sticking those back on. I do this a lot of times. I'll just stick my stamps back on like here and here, here and here. I do that so that when I get ready to put them away, they are on here, and I know that they need to go inside. It just helps me. It's just one of those little crazy things that I do. But I'm going to stamp another couple peaches with the greenery. And I might even do one. So pretty. Let's do one in the pale papaya. You know, not every peach is beautifully that color. We have different colors of peaches. I think it might be cute to do it in that color, so I'm gonna go in. I'm trying to give myself room enough to be able to do my leaf as well. That's kind of cute. All right, so let's get our greens, and I think I'm going to do a soft succulent and a granny apple green. And we're going to do that same leaf again. And let's do let's see if we can do this one like this. Very good. And since I'm working with greens, I'm not going to clean. I'm just going to go in on the soft succulent. And that one's going to be right there. Oh, I love it. Love it. Alrighty. We are cooking with gas now. Now all we got to do is fussy cut those bad boys. I got to grease the edges of this stamp pad. I haven't greased my edges on my new ones, and they are just a little bit on the tight side. Let's clean that off. And I got green fingers, y'all. See, I got green fingers. I can never get into ink without getting it all over me, but hey, you know what? I'm having fun, and that's all that matters, right? Right. So I'm just going to come in, and I'm going to try to do a little bit of a border all the way around. I'm going to drive my paper, not my scissors. Remember, that's how we get nice even cuts. We drive our paper, not our scissors. Even around those little teeny corners, I'm going to go ahead and cut this off because I'm getting hung up on the paper. So we're going to cut around that and down around that and over and around. Cut that off, and then I'm going to continue around that and up around here. And you know, one thing that I think we worry too much about is if our fussy cutting is perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect. Few things in life are perfect except God and the beauty of His creation. So very few things in our world today is perfect, that's for sure. So we don't have to do perfect. So now we're going to come in here. I'm going to start up here at the leaf on this one. Driving it down and around and up and around and around we go. Like that, and then we're going to come back in and just continue around. Turn that paper, not your scissors. You will have to stop and open the blade of your scissors every so often, but you shouldn't be moving the blade. Move your paper. drive it around. I'm going to go back in right there, go up to there, and then just come right on back around that little edge and clip it. And there's our peaches all cut and ready to go. Alright, now had I had my dies, I would have just cut those out with the dies and called it a day, but we didn't have dies, so we had to kind of play it by ear and maybe go a little old school, but that's okay. I'm going to cut me a belly band off of this, and I want it to be about maybe an inch. I hope you're not hearing the noise in my garage. My husband is out there working on his air compressor and something else. I'm not even sure what, but he's being a little noisy. I can hear the compressor behind me because my garage wall is right behind my my desk. So I did close my my door so I wouldn't have to hear it too very much, but you know, hey, that's what it is, right? Alright, we might have to cut some more green, and I might come in and do, let's see, I'm going to wrap my band. This is going to be one of my bands. I'm trying to think, do I want to do, that is 1 inch too. I'm going to cut this piece down. I'm going to cut that piece down to 3/4 of an inch. So basically, I'm just going to take 1/4 of an inch off of it. And then I can center this on here. Just like that. And now I'm going to bring my card over, and I want to lay my card right in the middle of that and see if that's wide enough, or not wide enough, but long enough to do what I'm hoping I can do. So I'm just going to fold that around, and I want to loose fold. I don't want it to be too tight. That's one thing when you're doing a belly band. You want to have enough of room to be able to slide that on and off. Oh yeah, that'll work. Okay, so now I know this is going to work, so I'm going to lay this back down, and I am going to glue. Actually, I'm going to glue this to one end like that, and I think I'm going to use my tape runner for that, or my Stamp and Seal. And this is my Stamp and Seal Plus. It's my favorite, and I'm just going to put one run all the way down, and I'm going to bring it right to the edge of that and run it right down the center like that. And now I'm going to curl this in my fingers just to get a little curvature to it, so it makes it easy to bend around, because what's going to happen, hopefully this piece is going to come around to here, and we're going to have an empty spot there, but we're going to cut this off just for it to meet. Let's see how that's going to work out. So now I'm going to put it back on and bring it around. Let's go ahead and whack this off about to here. And about to there. Now you can see how that is coming together for us. I am going to lift that and bring that over. Actually, I think I'm going to leave it like this, because we're going to put something on it that's going to cover it. So I'm going to burnish that back down. Let's burnish that down really good. So now I'm going to put glue right on this piece here. Let's take it off the card so we don't make a mess. Now I'm just going to hold this together just like that. I'm just going to hold it and let that do its thing. Just like so. And you know, if you got some of the little clips or clothespins or anything like that, you could always put those on it, and you could actually be working on something else. But you know, we're good. We are doing all right so far. So now this should slide on around this card with ease, or at least I hope so. And there we go. Now we're going to decorate with our peaches. We're going to put a peach there, and a peach here, and maybe one right there. Isn't that cute? I am going to trim this one up a little bit better right there because I kind of made a mess of that. That looks better. And I notice this one too. So maybe that one there, and this one here. And I'm going to pop these up on dimensionals because I think I want one down. Okay, we're going to do these two down and this one up, I think. So a little bit of glue right across the middle of that one. And put that one right there. I'm going to hold that and make sure it adheres. And this one is going to go right there. So we're just going to do some straight across that one and tuck him right up underneath there. And then we're going to put this one, and this one's going to get popped up a little bit, but let's trim this down just a little bit more. And I want to put my glue up for right this minute because I want to put dimensionals on this one. So let me grab my dimensionals. Let's see. And I don't need it on the leaves, I just need it across where the peach is going. So I think 2 right across here will work. Just like that. And that one is going to go right there, like that. So cute. So remember, we have a little piece of, what am I going to do with that piece of cardstock? That little piece, oh, I used it on the band. That's right. Okay, let me regroup here and see what else I've got. Maybe we could do it in white. I think I need some greenery. It just feels like it needs some greenery, don't you think? Or how about a sentiment right here? That would be cute. Okay, let's see what we can find that we can stamp on here. How about thanks so much? I think we need something bigger. So let's do thanks so much. And this one I'm going to do in the middle. Let's see if that will work. Yep, that will definitely work. And I'm going to do it in the same color, that balmy blue, because I'm loving it. You know, one thing I didn't do, I didn't put my stamping Pierce matte under. I'm going to actually try something. If this doesn't pan out, you know, we can always go back. I'm going to cut even across the bottom. And then I'm going to come up, rounding it as I go. And then I'm going to go in and out. And then around here like that. Sometimes I like cutting around my little sentiments, and you can't do that with a die, and it's something that makes it so homemade. So I think I'm just going to put that down with some mini dimensionals and pop it right up there on those peaches. I think that will be so cute. So I'm going to grab my Take Your Pick tool and turn this back over. And I'm going to put these right here. You could use glue dots if you wanted to do it with glue dots, or you could just stick this straight down with glue, or a little bit of a tape runner, whatever works for you. I wanted just a tiny bit of dimension on these, so I am deciding to do this just like that. And then I'm going to put that right about there. Oh, love it. I think that is super, super cute. And then you slide that off, and it's okay. I put the band on upside down, and it threw me for a loop, y'all. I thought, oh no, I made my card backwards. Oh, thank goodness I didn't do that. I would have been devastated. But yes, this is correct. And there is our beautiful Have a Peachy Day. And thanks so much. And I know exactly who I want to send this card to. I had a really nice phone call a little bit ago from a friend who was so encouraging. So this is going to be for her. And there we go. So cute. Love it, love it, love it. And if you wanted to add a ribbon or something, you could always use the pale papaya. That would be gorgeous on there. I'm loving these new ribbons. I think they're so beautiful. But you know what? This is so pretty just like it is. I don't think it needs anything else. I love that. So there's our card for today. I hope everyone enjoyed putting that together. And don't forget, if you want any of these products, they are in my online store. The dies are coming back probably by next week. I believe they should be back in. And if you're interested, just shoot me an email and let me know that you're interested in the bundle, the stamps and the dies, and I will shoot you back an email and let you know the minute they come in, because I keep a check on that on a daily basis, and I can let you know a tentative date of when it's going to be back, so you can hop over and place your order on that day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for spending a little time with me today. I hope you enjoyed me making this card as much as I did making it. I think it's just peachy keen. Oh wow, that goes back even before my time. But anyway, yes, I was a 50s baby. I didn't rock and roll in the 50s. I was born in the 50s. But that makes me a classic, right? I covet all of your prayers. I am dealing with some health issues, and as many of you know, that has me a little on edge. And I want to apologize for my live last week. My live this past Wednesday, last Wednesday. This video will probably go up. This video will go up Monday the 7th. You should be seeing this on the 7th. And I was a little off with my live, and it was the reason I was a little befuddled. I'd gotten some news back from some testing that it wasn't quite what I wanted to hear, but I'm following up with some more testing, and I'm supposed to go to my doctor on Tuesday the 8th, which will be tomorrow when you're seeing this video. And I'm hoping that we can get answers soon. We know there's an issue, so I'm just praying for direction, that the doctors will have the direction, and that they can hurry up and find out exactly what it is and treat me. So keep me in your prayers. I love you guys so much, and as I always say in closing, let everything that you do and say bring glory to our Father in heaven. He is so worthy, and yes, I give thanks in all things, be them good or bad. I thank my Lord for everything that comes in my life, because I know that it's through those trials and tribulation that my soul will be edified and lifted up to Him. So until we craft again, God bless and keep you. Bye-bye.